Good afternoon, Boulder Rotary. Dorothy Rupert is online, and she is going to lead us in today's pledge and the four-way test.
Good afternoon. May we say the pledge together. I pledge the allegiance to the flag and to the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now the four-way test. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better relationships? Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Dorothy. It was great to hear your voice here in the room. And on Zoom today, joining us virtually, we have roughly 20 people. Yeah? So welcome to Boulder Rotary. This is the best place to be on Friday afternoon, whether you're here in the room or on Zoom. Today is our special Valentine's Day program, one of my favorite programs of the year, where the CU Opera singers come and perform some of their great music for us. Speaking of Valentine's Day and music, just a quick point of reference. Do you guys know Cupid? You know what his favorite band is? Kiss. Merrill, would you please introduce the guests here in the room today?
Certainly. Could our honored guests please stand so we could acknowledge your coming to Rotary with your sponsor? And we'll start here with Ruth.
Well, I am really pleased to introduce Andy, Kathy, and Bill. Andy is a Rotarian in the greater DC area, Maryland, Virginia. Okay, and Kathy and Bill are now members of the Westminster Club, but they have been in clubs in Maryland and in Durham, North Carolina. And this is their last stop because their daughter and son-in-law, other way around, have moved here and they're not moving again. So anyway, and today Andy brought a flag, and so I get the privilege of exchanging flags with him.
Very much.
There you go. And if you guys would like to say something, that'd be great. You okay? No?
Okay, and Gary?
Yes, I'm pleased today to introduce everybody to Art Oakner, who's a fellow resident at the Fraser Meadows. And he's head of our movie club and has been a community organizer here in Boulder, involved in co-housing and affordable housing and many other things. So he's looking at Rotary, and please welcome him.
Okay, Marty.
Thank you very much, Merrill. It's my pleasure to introduce John Davis, who will turn around and smile for the camera. There you go. John is Dean of College of Music. He's the second iteration after Dan Scher, who you all know probably. And John was very kind to work us into his schedule. He has a meeting at 1, so he'll have to scoot. But the singers know it's nothing personal, that life happens, and so they treasure him as we do them. And so pleased to have you with us today.
And George has an honored guest, I know.
In the spirit of the occasion for Valentine's, I brought my lovely wife, Beverly.
Okay, and we turn it over for Zoom. Oh, we have one more? There we go. I got it. Thanks. Okay, Bill.
I just would like to introduce everyone to my sister-in-law and my nephew. They have no relation to Chad Stam at all. They are my family. Please welcome Allison and Sebastian.
Any other guests here? I'm not overlooking anyone. Good. We'll turn it over to Zoom and Vanessa.
Thank you so much. Welcome everybody on Zoom today. If you're a guest, and I believe we just have David Askey. David Askey, would you like to unmute yourself so we can all say hi today?
Hello, everyone. I'm here with Dorothy.
Wonderful. So glad we see you again. Okay, I think that's everybody. Chad, back to you.
Thank you. Welcome visitors and guests, and especially thanks to the visiting Rotarians. It really is a great privilege to be able to go to another city, another country, and attend a meeting and exchange banners. So thank you for that. Thank you all. That was wonderful. There's only one way to follow that up, and that's by doing the raffle. Sebastian, could you please take Uncle Bill's raffle tickets? The winning number is 725058. 725058. We have a winner. Absolutely. Thank you so much. That's going to polio eradication. A couple of quick announcements before we get into some other business here today. The Boulder Rotary Club Board of Directors recently approved the new contract for A Spice of Life. And I want to let everyone know what that means. Our cost per meal went up 50 cents from A Spice of Life for this 2022 calendar year, which means the meal prices are going up to $29 per meal or $27 per meal if you're opted into the auto RSVP system. Now, the auto RSVP system, just to recap, it's a way to reduce the amount of administrative cost for doing all the time that it takes to go into adding the RSVP totals, week in, week out. The more people that we have automatically opted in, the easier it gets for me, for Vanessa, for Kathy, for Brad, for all the administrative back end. Essentially that's what we used to call active ordinary. So that's just kind of a recap of what we talked about before. Another thing of note is that A Spice of Life is not forcing us into a minimum number of orders. Historically, we have had to order 100 meals. They have been wonderful to work with, knowing that we don't have 100 people here in the room today, and nor have we for the last 6 months. Hopefully at some point we will, but right now we won't, and they're not forcing us to take that 100 minimum. So they've been really great to work with. The board of directors unanimously voted to approve that. If anybody has any questions, please let me know. This will take effect on the 18th, so this will be for the next meeting. But please let me know if you have any questions about any of that. Another thing over here on the table, I don't know if you guys saw these when you walked in, there are some cards over here that are thank you notes from other people in the community to our club. Share a gift. There's a thank you card from them where we helped support 661 local families this past year. And the Battle of the Books program, which is a new program that we're helping to sponsor with money and with volunteers. There are 3 cards from local BVSD schools thanking us for our purchasing of books for them to use during the competition. And I'd like to offer a special thank you to Gordon Gamm for that, because he wanted to make sure some extra funding went to that program, as he is an avid reader. So thank you, Gordon Gamm. One more quick point. There were some dates in the rib that were a little wrong, so I want to make sure that everyone knows the next 3 weeks of programming. Next week, we are doing a peace-building program on the Russia-Ukraine conflict. The following week is Janine Davidson. She is the president of Metro State University. And then the following week, March the 4th, is Nick and Helen Forster. They are going to present to us on the 20th anniversary? 30th anniversary of E-Town. So that's the next few programs. Dr. Bob Murphy, could you please come up and talk to us quickly about Destination Imagination?
Thank you, President Chad. Boulder Rotary is working with the Boulder Valley School District this spring on 3 different programs: Battle of the Books, Spelling Bee, and Destination Imagination. Destination Imagination is going to take place in 3 weeks on March 5th, Saturday, March 5th, and Boulder Valley School District has asked us to provide 10 to 15 volunteers. So if people can contact me here at the meeting, or they can go on the RIB, and there's a connection website on the in the RIB that you can go ahead and volunteer on that. The singing was very impressive today. It was amazing. If you want to also be amazed, go and on YouTube and look up Destination Imagination, and there's several links to children, from kindergartners up to 14 years old that do these projects. It is astounding the things that they pull off. So I'd highly recommend doing that, and I'd like to get some people to volunteer. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for spearheading this for us. The videos are amazing. I will post them in the RIB. I'm sorry I forgot to do it this week. You just reminded me, so thanks, Dr. Bob. Those videos are really phenomenal. It's basically teams of students, and they're given tasks where they use STEM skills and to try to solve these tasks. It's really kind of an amazing program, and just to watch the ingenuity that these kids have. One of the things that we are looking for is volunteers to judge that actual event. So if you have a STEM background, engineering, even in the arts, the arts were one of the sections listed. If anybody has any desire to judge that, that is one of the options for volunteering. Cassidy, can you please come up and let us know a little bit more about the May the 6th dinner?
Yes. All I want to say is Murphys Unite. You can always do more Murphys in a club. So I want to talk to you about what's happening on May 6th. And it really stemmed out of a conversation about the last couple of years, which have been really challenging, as many of us may know or not. There's been suffering all over the world, and a lot in our community as well. In these tough times, one of the best things that happen is people stand up, and they get together, they innovate, and they figure out ways to help each other. Rotary is one place where we do that, and we come together as a community to do that. But I hate to say this in this place, but Rotary is not the only way. In our community, people followed that same impulse, and I don't want to be trite by saying, but it might even be a call to service, service above self. So on May 6th, what we are trying to do is put together a very fancy do to celebrate, to call out, to acknowledge those amazing, wonderful volunteers in our community that maybe are not Rotarians. We want to reach out, thank them, and acknowledge them, and maybe get them to come to Rotary, possibly. So we are having this awards dinner on May 6th. It's going to be very amazing. We have one of the best planners that we have here, Miss Kitty DeKeefer and Sally Brown. So we have 2 things that we need you to do. First is to save the date, and the second part, Kitty is going to be talking about when she talks with Nancy Chin Wagner.
Thank you, Cassidy. Speaking of Nancy Chin Wagner, I think she is live from Las Vegas at the Web. Nancy?
Good afternoon, everybody. And this is exciting for me to have a special membership moment today on February 11th. And yes, we will be speaking to the wonderful, one of the co-chairs, Kitty DeKeefer, about Service Above Self Award Dinner. So this fundraiser will be taking a new direction. Kitty DeKeefer and Sally Brown are the co-chairs for this fundraiser, which will be held, as Cassidy said, on Friday, May 6th at the Boulder Country Club at 5:30. So I have Kitty DeKeefer, who you see there live at BJCC, who I will be asking a few questions with you. Kitty, are you ready?
I am, Nancy, but first I have a question for you. A little bird told me that it was your birthday today. Is that correct?
Yes.
Happy birthday, Nancy.
Thank you so much, Kitty, and everybody there. I miss you and I love you all. But I only got a certain amount of minutes, so I got to get going. Okay. But thank you very much, everyone. First questions. Can you tell us, and we got a little from Cassidy. Can you tell us the purpose of this fundraiser?
I sure can. We are excited because we decided, Sally and I did, that we really wanted to change things up. And instead of doing a dinner, dance, silent auction, live auction, and a paddle raiser, we really wanted to, based on what the trustees have been speaking about, spread our name out in the community. And so we are going to be honoring 6 people, one of whom will be a student, and each of those nominees will receive $250 to the nonprofit of their choice. One person who will be the winner will receive $1,000. So we think this is a great way to get our name out in the community and potentially, as Cassidy mentioned, bring in some new membership.
Wonderful. The other question, second question, is there an application or form that would be available to send in to you, and so you know what the qualifications, so we know what the qualifications are for?
Yes, ma'am. We, because of the good work of Danny and Marty, had a little blip in the paper yesterday in the Daily Cameras that we were excited about. But that application is on our website, and you can also receive it from any of us on the committee, which would also include Sally and myself. We are really looking for people who have provided leadership over the last couple of years within the county and made a difference in whatever field they are in. And these can be an individual, a nonprofit, or a business. So we're hoping all of you will get the word out to help us bring in nominations.
Wonderful, thank you. And just want to clarify, in regards to the money amounts, like one winner's $1,000, runner-ups are $250, and a student, they will $250. These are going, they have to use that money in order to donate to a nonprofit that they want. Is that correct?
They get to give it to the nonprofit of their choice.
Wonderful.
That kind of does 2 things for us. It gets our name out in the community, and it also recognizes their nonprofit.
Fantastic. Have you had any matching gifts yet? And from who, if you're able to say that?
It's funny you should ask me that, Nancy. We have had 2 to the tune of $5,000 each. One, I want to thank Michael Weatherwax for being one of those donors. So please give him a round of applause. And I'd also like to give a round of applause to David and Suzanne Hoover, who are right now in Florida, but will be coming back, and I hope they'll be able to attend. So a round of applause for them.
Next question, what is the price of the ticket and what would be included?
Well, they're pretty inexpensive, actually. They're $100 a person or $1,000 for a table of 10. The event will be a dinner, cocktail hour, and then a social hour after the program at the Boulder Country Club, as you mentioned, at 5:30 on Friday, May 6th. And that is all inclusive, and we're pretty excited about the fact that we'll be over at the Boulder Country Club. We think it'll provide a nice atmosphere for all of our winners.
Okay, got about a minute. I hear we have some awesome MC and a dynamite auctioneers. Who are they?
We do our own, I know, couldn't have scripted this any better. Our own Mike Brady will be our MC for the evening, and he and Daryl Brown will be our auctioneers for the paddle raiser, and you can only imagine how the two of them will behave. So I think it'll be a lot of fun and it'll be entertaining. So I'm hoping y'all will come. Right now, you can buy tickets by writing us a check. Pretty soon, we'll have this up on our website.
Little echo there. Okay, well, thank you so much, Kitty. And again, to all the Rotarians, you cannot be nominated. It's for people outside of our current Rotarians to honor. And I think it's a wonderful time to be speaking with Kitty and Sally in regards to getting tickets for this event on May 6th at the Boulder Rotary Club at 5:30. Have fun. Thank you. Back to
We're
you.
nothing
Thank
but
you.
entertaining, are we?
Sometimes you just never know what's going to happen. Nancy, I didn't know it was your birthday, so we're going to keep you around for a few minutes, and we're going to turn the membership moment onto you. Are you still there?
Yes. Yes.
I've got some questions for you, and I think today's a really good day to ask them. So how do you feel about running through the top 5 real quick?
Okay, let's see how it goes.
All right, let's do this. Tell us why you joined the Boulder Rotary Club.
Good question. I've been asked a number of times, and finally I decided, yes, I'm going to join because I got welcomed by so many people here I can call friends. I want to find an organization that actually does do service for people. And it's just not for a specific group. It's like for everybody. It's down to the students, to elderly, to helping with the nonprofit organizations that we have on our list. It's just you do so much, and here I am putting money into one place, and that's what I wanted. And everybody has the same kind of heart, and everybody has the same kind of thoughts of what they want to do. And you can't ask for anything better than having friends that are Rotarians.
I agree with you.
And they're connected.
So you're in Las Vegas now. You haven't turned into a Raiders fan, have you?
I'm not a big sports thing, but I hear, isn't Von Miller out here? In LA, though. LA, I'm sorry.
No way. Different loss.
Now you know.
Yeah.
I really don't know anything about sports, but yeah. But no, I'm not.
Okay, well that's good because the silence, the pause there kind of concerned me for a second. What keeps you in the Boulder Rotary Club even though you're now living in a different city?
I just love everybody and with the leadership that I've been with, and I gotta name, names of like Mike Brady, and I think when I started with Bill Meyer was there, and Stan, way back, but Bill Myers and Mike Brady, and John Sullivan. It's the leadership, you, Chad, it's the leadership that really is the rudder for this group, and you guys you do it, and I love it.
And what do you miss most about Boulder?
All my friends, all my Rotarians, and the physical hugs, because everybody there that knows me knows I'm a big hugger. And so I miss that human interaction and connection. But like last time I came up, I did attend a Rotary meeting, so that was a lot of fun. And so, you know me, I just want to make sure this face is not forgotten. Be visible. So okay, it's great. I'm doing the membership moment, so that's great.
I've got one more question for you. Speaking of hugs, when is the next time that we will physically be able to see you and give you a hug?
Oh, I don't know when. I don't know. I hate filling out paperwork. I hate this, 3 days before, take a COVID test. If I could get on a plane, I'd get on a plane. That's how quick it is. But I will think about it in the next few months and stuff. And I know you have this big event coming up, and so that would be good to see everybody because I'm sure that's a great place when everybody should be. Um, Paying Kitty and Sally the $100 to join something like this fundraiser because it means so much for the community. It means so much for the Boulder Rotary, and I think it's just something that people should just be a part of it. And even if you don't come, donate. I mean, it's for a good cause, and we need to get our name out there. We do so much in the community. I'm an advocate. What can I say?
I couldn't agree more, and you know where we live, so we hope to see you in person soon. Personally, I think your segment is a really great example of how we can make a multi-access meeting work. Having you join us every week from Las Vegas and having you be an integral part of our programming, it really shows how we can do this on Zoom and in the room. So thank you for everything that you've done for Membership Moment.
Thank you so much, Chad. Thank you, Rotarians.
And Dr. George Russell, what about the birthdays here in the room? And happy birthday, Nancy.
I've been training for the luge. I've been training for 20 years. I lay in my lounger, and every now and then I move my head up like this. St. Valentine's was the patron saint of expensive greeting cards. I thought I'd sing a song today. I'm not going to use the music like the other guys did. I'm going to sing mine, Avocado. Have you ever been out to Colorado? I spend a lot of time there in my mind. And if God doesn't live in Colorado, I'll bet that's where he spends most of his time. There's a place where Mother Nature's got it all together. She knows just when to let wildflowers bloom. She always seems to understand exactly what she's doing. And the Lord saw fit to give her elbow room. Have you ever been out to Colorado? I spend a lot of time there in my mind. And if God doesn't live in Colorado, I'll bet that's where he spends most of his time. I love to be there watching early in the morning when the sun comes up and crowns the mountain's king. And if someday you dare to be there high up on the mountain, I swear you can hear the angels sing. Everybody sing. Have you ever been out to Colorado? I spend a lot of time there in my mind. And if God doesn't live in Colorado, I'll bet that's where he spends most of his time. This poem was written by a professor at the University of Florida State, and he loved Colorado, and I love the song. We have a birthday girl today, Vanessa, as everybody knows. Her last name is Mead. She didn't want to say anything, but she said she'd stand over there and wave. And of course, Nancy Chin Wagner had a birthday today, too. Thank you very much.
Thank you, George. Vanessa, I didn't know it was your birthday. Happy birthday. Well, I'd like to thank today's greeters, Stan Gorelnik and Marty Evans. I know popped in there for a few minutes, so thank you, Marty. Thanks to Jancy and Vanessa for the desk. Thanks to Brian Vickers for handling the raffle today. Thanks to Bill Anderson for not winning the raffle today. I would like to thank the meeting team of Vanessa, Fred, Lynn, and Cassidy. Don't eat too much chocolate. Happy Valentine's Day. Meeting adjourned.